Hello friends, welcome back. Not too long ago, I posted on Instagram I made a call out for anything that anyone wanted to know. I said that I would be honest and answer anything that was sent, and I got exactly 20 questions, which is awesome. So that's what I'm going to be answering today. Got my coffee. So if you would like, get a coffee, tea, water, whatever you'd like. Stay hydrated, get a snack, and I'm going to start answering these questions. Okay, question 1 was, how old are you? I am 32. I will be 33 years old this year, later on. Question 2 was, what is your birthday? My birthday is October 30th, the day before Halloween. Okay, so question 3 is, do you have any brothers or sisters? And the answer is yes. How many? My mom had 3 kids, 2 older brothers, and I'm the baby I guess I'm the baby out of all of them technically, but I have also, my biological dad had 2, a boy and a girl, and then me, well 3, 2 brothers and sisters. And I have a family. For me is kind of a loaded question. To me, my dad is my mom's, the father of her second child, but was her first husband. To me, he's dad. And he had adopted his ex-wife's son, had a daughter and my brother, but also claims all of my mom's kids. So technically I have, in order from age, there's Penny, Ron, Sean, Jason, Tommy, Charlotte, me. Now, in the home that I grew up in, it was just my mom and her 3, myself and 2 brothers. But I've always known them all as siblings. Very big, strange Southern family, I know. Question 4, my 3 biggest fears. Well, I probably should have thought about this a little more before I filmed. Number 1 would be something happening to my daughter. Absolutely. I'm not the nervous Nelly type to where, like, if she doesn't feel good, I don't rush to the doctor or anything like that, but I have always considered myself to be extremely grateful, lucky, thankful, you name it. We had an easy pregnancy with her, not so much beforehand, but with her, we had a very long labor, but it was okay. She's 5 and she's had maybe 3 or 4 colds. Every time that I've thought that she's had a cold, it's usually like, oh, a tooth came through, that's why her nose was running, or something like that. She's been very healthy. We've been very lucky. Let's see. Number 2 would be drowning. Absolutely. 100%. You know those dreams you have where, like, you're dreaming and you jump and you wake up? Mine are never falling. Mine are drowning. And the second I can't breathe, I wake up. Drives me nuts. Number 3, I don't know. I mean, not too much really, like, scares me enough to say that it's an actual fear. Spiders scare the bejeebus out of me. I don't know if that would be considered a fear or not. being trapped between two semis and getting squished. Driving down the road, that scares me. Driving next to one does not bother me whatsoever. Driving in between two, I will only do it if I absolutely have to. That would have to be number 3, I guess, because, I mean, like I said, spiders scare me, but my favorite movie was number 5. My absolute all-time favorite movie is The Wizard of Oz. And my second favorite movie would be Alice in Wonderland. That was the theme of our wedding, was Alice in Wonderland. Number 6 was What do you want to be when you grow up? Well, folks, I've made it. The only thing that I was never that kid that was like, oh, I want to be a doctor, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. I had a pretty tough childhood, so I just wanted to have a safe home and be a good wife and mom. Like, stay-at-home mom was always something that I wanted to do. A homeschool mom is what I always wanted to do, and I'm doing those things. I can't necessarily say, maybe I should have my husband here with me. I can't really say if I'm a good wife or mom, but I definitely try my best, and I think as long as you're trying, you're doing your best. So I'd say I'm doing that. Number 7 is someone I miss. That one is easy. Without a doubt, my mom and dad. Let's see, this year will make 14 years since my mom has passed away. This year makes 4 years since we lost my dad to lung cancer. My husband and I have both experienced a lot of loss. We've both lost both parents. Just this year, at the beginning of the year, I lost an uncle who was like a dad to me, and then a month later, one of our very best friends took his own life. So there's a long list for that one. Something that annoys me easily is question number 8. That would be not using your manners. Specifically, interrupting someone when they're talking and chewing with your mouth open. Yeah, there's a lot of times that you will probably hear me say, Ireland, chew with your mouth closed. Because she will like start off that way. She knows how to do it. Then she'll get distracted if she's like watching TV or something, and she'll just like start smacking, and oh, I can't even imitate it. It drives me crazy. Number 9, my favorite food. I love food in general. If it is my favorite specific edible thing, I would have to say probably cheese. I am a cheese lover. But if it is a type of food, I would have to say seafood. Anything but oysters. I can't do oysters. Clams, I can do fried. But you name it. Crab legs, shrimp, lobster, fish, anything. Like, I could live off of seafood. I could eat it every single night. Unfortunately, it's like one of the things that my husband, he'll eat it, but he's not as big of a fan. But I could eat it every day and never get tired of it. How many kids do I want? When I was little, I wanted a big family. So I came from a big family, and I wanted that. Then I got older and realized how expensive kids are, and now that we have my daughter, and I see, like, those of you who have parents that like take your kid for the weekend or even for the night, like, it's hard when you're literally doing it alone. Like I said, my husband's off on Sundays, and he sleeps until it's time to wake up and go check on grandma. And we go check on grandma, and we come back home, and it's bedtime. And that's his only day off. I don't get that, hey, can you watch her while I go take a bath and relax? I don't get that. So before I realized that that's how it was going to be, I wanted to. I'm finally getting close to the point to where I feel like I could do one more. I would love to be pregnant again. I would love to have another one, but the thought of doing it all alone, it's very hard. So that's kind of scares me. I feel like I'm handling it okay now, but I'm not sure how I would possibly handle one more. Sorry guys, I'm sitting on the floor. I'm trying to not wiggle too much. All in all, in a perfect life, I would love at least one more. I would love to have a big family, but life would have to be a lot different in order to do that. What are you most proud of? Most proud of, I really should have thought about this more. My husband and I both came from not picture perfect childhoods, and I don't know, without getting too deep, we had it pretty rough, like off and on, until we met each other. When we met each other, I was sleeping in the room that was my brother's garage, and he was sleeping on one of our really good friends' back porches. We literally had a few outfits each, and in storage I had a few things that were like my mom's, but other than that, like, we had nothing. We had completely started over, and it was not the first time that both of us had been homeless in our lives. So to look back at where we were when we started, he didn't have a license. He didn't have a car. I had a car, but my car payment was so expensive because I didn't have enough money saved up to buy a used car. I had no choice but to take the little bit that I had saved down and put it down on a car that I really couldn't afford at the job that I had at the time, and just make that car payment work because I had to get back and forth. Taxis were not really big around here at the time. Uber was not a thing, because like, this was, gosh, I bought that car in 2005. So this was like almost 14 years ago. Yeah, so we literally, other than my car and a few outfits each, we didn't have anything. Luckily, I had just paid my car off right before we met. So we busted our butts and saved and saved and saved. We knew we wanted a child, so when we were trying to have Ireland, we had the nursery completely ready. It was fully furnished. We had diapers from the floor to the ceiling. Every week, I made that my goal. Every week I would buy an outfit and a pack of diapers, or a changing pad for the changing table and a pack of diapers. That was what I did for over a year that it took us to get pregnant with her. And to go from literally nothing to working so hard, we literally just didn't take days off. The restaurant that we worked at closed 2 days a year, and other than those 2 days, we rarely took a day off, and we just worked and worked and worked and saved and saved and saved. We didn't really spend much money other than bills and stuff because we were always at work. So we literally just saved and saved. We opened a business, shady business partners, terrible ordeal. It backfired about a month before our wedding, we walked away from it after we had just spent a very good chunk of our savings on the wedding, thinking we were doing okay. But then we've been so blessed, and I'm so proud to say, like, at this point I was staying at home, so this was all my husband, but we went literally from having nothing, literally nothing besides my tiny little 2005 Hyundai Accent that I probably couldn't even put our dog's dog food bag in and a few outfits each, to where we are now. I'm very, very, very proud of that. And that's not tooting my horn. That's not saying, oh, well, we have all of this now, because we don't have anything super luxurious. Like, we both have running vehicles. Yeah, my husband just bought himself a pretty nice car. He works his butt off, as you see. He deserves it. I am so proud of him. I am happy for him. We don't own our home, but we live in a, I wouldn't say nice home, but it's adorable to me, and it fits what we need for this given moment. Obviously, now we need something a little bigger, but just simply that. We brought ourselves up from nothing to at least being comfortable. It took a while. We have been together for almost 8 years, and we worked hard. But I would absolutely say that our daughter and working to get where we are is absolutely something to be proud of. What do I wish I could do more of? Read. That's easy. Read and rest. Yeah. I can read aloud to Ireland all the time. She loves that, and I do. But I would like to be able to read books that I want to read more often, and I don't really get that chance, because either Ireland needs something, my husband needs something, the dogs need something, the cat's meowing for food, grandma needs something, I have to go grocery shopping for her, I have to go grocery shopping for us, I have to clean this, I have to fill the truck up with gas, I've got to clean the truck out, I've got to do this, make sure this bill's paid, and clean our house, clean her house. There's no time for me to read, and I would love to sit down and read a book. What qualities, number 13, what qualities do you most admire in others? Honesty. I would say honesty and kindness. Those two, like, I have never been a super judgmental person. I don't care what you look like, where you come from, where you live, what you eat, what you drive. None of that stuff matters to me whatsoever. Your color, race, who you love, any of that stuff. If you are a nice, kind, honest person, chances are I'm gonna like you. Plain and simple. 14. If you could be a member of any TV sitcom family, which would it be? Does the Golden Girls count? That's a really tough one. I don't know. I've never really like watched TV and been like, man, I wish that was me. Like, I don't know. Comparison is the thief of joy. Absolutely. And I don't know. That's a really tough one. I might have to think on that one and come back. 15. What is your biggest day-to-day challenge? I would have to say giving myself enough grace when things don't go as I had planned, and not being kind enough to myself. I'm pretty good at handling everything that's thrown my way, but I'm very bad at accepting when I can't finish my to-do list, or accepting when I didn't do something right. I'm not very kind to myself, and that's not very fair, because I do have a lot on my plate, a lot more than the average person, and I definitely need to work on giving myself more grace. Absolutely. Number 16. Almost there, guys. Number 16. How did you meet your best friend? Let's see. We were both with the people that we were before. Let me try that again. We were both with the people that we were with before our husbands now. And my ex and her ex were both friends with the same guy who happened to live in my old neighborhood. And we were hanging out at his house, and it's not, how do I say this nicely? It was not a room full of my favorite people. So we kind of just hung out in the corner, and we were like, hey, you're normal. Want to hang out? Hey, you're normal. Let's talk. And we have been best friends ever since. And that was, gosh, 12, 13 years ago. Somewhere around there. Long time ago. And I love her to death. Let's see. Number 17. Do you think you could live in another country? Yes. I don't really talk politics or anything like that with anyone, really, because I think that we are all entitled to our own opinion and so forth. But I can very easily say that there are a handful of other countries that do not poison their food. Most of what we eat here isn't even allowed in their countries. Their healthcare system is not complete junk like it is here. We'll stop there, but yes, absolutely. I'm not saying that America is terrible. I know I could leave. Some people are going to say that if you're not happy here, just leave. Yes, I'm aware that that's possible, but I also think that it's possible to not destroy a country that so many people have fought for. We'll leave it at that. Number 18 is most hated chore. Laundry. Oddly enough, the next video that I'm going to film is a laundry chat. Trying to make laundry fun, guys. Trying to make the best of it. Gotta do it. It's behind. Usually I wash a load a day, fold a load a day. Have not had time for that in weeks. It's not backed up weeks. I've only got like 2 baskets, but still. Absolutely. I will wash all the dishes. I will mop all the floors. I'll even clean all the toilets. Someone come wash and fold my laundry for me, please. 19. Are you a morning or night person? I am a night person. Yeah. Always have been, always will be. Like, you know how like as a little kid you get used to like the school schedule? So like in the summertime, little kids are like, yeah, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, let's play. And the parents are like, it's summertime, go back to sleep. My mom never had to tell me to go back to sleep, because I was still sleeping. I was never, ever a morning person. Thank goodness our child was not the kid that woke up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. We have friends with kids that are like around her age, and they're like, yeah, by 6 o'clock in the morning every day they're up and playing. And I'm like, that was honestly my biggest fear, When I was pregnant, it wasn't like, is she gonna have an extra toe? What if she has a cleft lip? No. I mean, obviously those were concerns, and I'm not saying they weren't. I'm not being dramatic. Like, obviously I wanted her to be healthy, and she was, thankfully. If she was not, I would love her the same. Don't take any of that the wrong way. But I was terrified that she was going to be the kid who woke up at 5:30 in the morning to play, and the kid that woke up every hour on the hour. At 5 weeks old, my baby slept through the night, and every once in a while she'll still wake up in the middle of the night. She'll want some more water. Give her some water and she goes back to bed for the most part. There's been a few times in the last 5 years that she's woken up and she's been awake for a while, but considering what a lot of other parents go through, I am so thankful. That seriously was a fear of mine. And number 20, last but not least, is what is your favorite TV show? This is a good one. Absolutely The Office. I know some people say Parks and Rec is funnier. I do love Parks and Rec. My husband and I have this really fun thing where we'll watch The Office from beginning to end. Now, we only watch it like when we're getting ready for bed. That's the only time either one of us have time to watch TV. But we watch it from beginning to end twice. And then we'll watch Parks and Rec. And then we'll watch The Office. And then we'll watch Parks and Rec. We do throw movies in there sometimes and stuff like that. Like last night, one of our favorites is Observe and Report. We watched that last night because, you know, Seth Rogen is hilarious. And I'm sorry if you don't have our sense of humor, but he's funny. Alright, you guys, that is it. All 20 questions have been answered. Like I said, if you have anything else to say or ask, leave a question down below and I'll be sure to take note and write it down for another video in the future. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like it and would like to see more like this. Click the subscribe button if you haven't yet. Click the little bell if you would like to be notified the next time that I post a video in the future. I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.